All right, welcome to Raj and Fede one on one, Juan on Juan. Okay, so we'll do quick stand up first. Uh, Today, I'm meeting with Impact for the demo. If you want to see the demo, I can also include you because if you care about the partner portal and all that sort of stuff. And
Okay.
then yesterday, digging into Vertex AI matching engine. I can generate the embeddings fine. That's easy enough. But like the interface to use the matching engine is a little complicated. So either I can work on like a some sort of library that sits on top of it, uh, if possible. Because right now it looks like the data is being fed in through Google Cloud Storage. Like you have to put a file in there and then it reads it, which kind of sucks. I just wanted to hit an API that updates an index. I don't
Right.
want to create files and shit. So I'm gonna keep digging into that, and
Maybe we can try an alternative if that's not good enough.
yeah, I'm gonna probably spend the day today to see if I can make this work. And then I was just disillusioned by Bard. Bard's fucking hallucinating.
We told you with Alice, but it's not that good.
Bard is like hallucinating APIs and
Yeah.
hallucinating all this ways. I was like simple code, and then I was like, well, it should be super easy because the code's simple. That's not the case. So I did find a nice notebook, uh, the Google notebook thing that they have for deep learning vector similarity search. I can put it into the comments here, which kind of goes through. I mean, you have to create a VPC because it's through private. I'm not exactly sure why they require that. Or you can do a public endpoint, but we definitely don't want a public endpoint. So this example has how to do embedded images, text. You'll see when it's writing the text, it's writing to a file, data.json file. And then you have to create the index inside of matching engine. And then I'm trying to figure out like how do I do on the fly updates to it. So
Right.
if that's even possible. So I still have a lot of learning to do. So you'll see creating an index, looks like Python code. Listing index is a G Cloud command. G Cloud for creating an index endpoint. Deploying the index takes up to 40 minutes. So
Oh.
if some customer signs up, um, unless we can figure out how to do like one index that we create and then we're able to do the isolation between the organizations within that one index, great. I need to figure that out. Having it being different indexes would be better for isolation, right? Like each time would be
Yeah.
different. Um, Querying seems simple enough. You can specify the number of neighbors. Um, but if it's just like you upload all your data and then you create the index and then you work off of that, that's not going to work for us because we need to do
Mhm.
on the fly updates to the thing. And if it requires an on the fly update and then a re-indexing, right? Like it's got to reconfigure all the nearest neighbors
Yeah.
and shit.
40
That's not gonna
minutes
work.
every time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna just they do have an update index feature. Let's see here, where you specify the GCS bucket. But I mean, I don't even like having to write files. I thought this was going
Yeah.
to be more of a data store rather than just works off of a Google bucket. So I'm going to dig into it a little bit more. Maybe there is other ways. There's very little documentation on Google matching index. But I know it's super powerful because, and I would think that what I want to do is possible because they're using this for YouTube. They're using this for all their major software that they offer. So, and I would think they're going to do that shit on the fly. You upload a new video, it's going to index it. It's not going to or it's going to
Yeah,
put
but
it in index. It's not going to
maybe.
pause a 40-minute or plus because their data set is huge, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure they have like special things for themselves. It's not what they are selling you, probably.
Yeah. Well, the way that this thing is configured and how they're selling it, it seems like they just did the bare minimum to expose it and send it over. They didn't make it nice in terms of
Right.
the user interface. It's very much for, machine learning people. If I'm looking at examples that are on a notebook, right, that's a machine learning way of doing things, right? So, or machine learning engineer, data engineer's way of doing things. So I'll spend the day today diving deeper. Otherwise, we'll look at what was the name of the software that you had suggested that does
Pinecone.
Pinecone? Yeah. So we'll look into Pinecone.
Yeah, there's a lot
Uh,
of tutorials for Pinecone.
I definitely it costs like I think it was like $70, right? And we have to manage which instance types and stuff like that. I just wanted a simple service, right? Like I put data in, I query it, I can maybe delete those indexes. That's all I want to do. I don't want to have to do much more than that. Maybe create the index, right? So I'll dive into it more, and then when I give up, I'll go with like Pinecone or something else. Well, I need to research it first to make sure it meets our needs. So
Okay.
I'm looking at this code, and they're doing like protocol buffers and shit, and I'm like, oh my goodness,
Nah.
I gotta do protocol buffers. Just kill me. I dealt with a lot of protocol buffers back in my day. For when I was doing app scale, we were doing Google App Engine open source, and all the data was done through protocol buffers. So I do have a good amount of experience with protocol buffers, but it's still not as easy as a REST call. I don't want to have to just do JSON. I don't want to have to do like these optimized protocol buffers. Let's see. Is there anything else? Let me look at my list of stuff. We talked about the possible command of summaries. So I have that on my to-do list, but that'll be after we finish. Because we can do summaries now. It's just that they'll show up in the thread.
Yeah.
So some people might not want to do that because they don't want to be like, oh, I'm just cheating. I'm just doing a summary, right? So
I'm not reading it. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to read all your shit. I'm just going to do a summary. So maybe like the higher you up in the food chain, you don't give a shit. You're like, whatever. But if you're like on low level, like, oh, no, I don't want to do a summary. So a private command, I think, would be useful for employees that are shy and bashful. And I think, yeah, that's it for me. How's it going on your side?
I was able to deploy our backend in production mode. I had
Mhm.
to change Docker files, well, a lot of things on Cloud Run, but I was able to make it work thanks to GPT-4. I ended up using the playground because GPT 3.5 wasn't helping. So yeah, that worked. And I added some logs to see what was making Haley so slow.
Mhm.
So it's not our backend. Our APIs are like super fast. I added
Mhm.
some logs, and yeah, it's less than a second to process a request. But on the bot side, it takes, I don't know, like 10 seconds or 20 seconds sometimes until the request is fully processed. So I'm not sure if it's our private network that has some latency. I
Mhm.
don't know, because it
So
also
like,
happens when we make requests to Slack or to OpenAI. It's not just our backend. So yeah, I don't know.
No, 10 seconds network doesn't make sense.
No, but
So, I mean, the
it's not our
cold.
API. I don't know.
So it's the obvious one is like there's cold boot issues because that takes 10 seconds to start up a container. Okay, that makes sense. But some of this other stuff, even when I get it to the point where it says thinking, the response takes 30 seconds, and OpenAI
Yeah,
APIs are way faster than that.
yeah, yeah. But you see
So,
our logs, and it says like the call to OpenAI is taking, I don't know, 15 seconds. But I'm sure it's not. It's something in between that's
mhm.
making things slower. Uh, but I don't know if Alice can look into it, if it's our network, like our private network, that's causing some issues.
Okay. Well, she's out of commission. She can barely move, recovering from surgery. She's lighter though, missing her appendix, so that's she got weight loss out of it. That's nice. Um, okay. Well, what about? Do you get a chance? So, can you go through the stuff that you have on your pre-release stuff to get done? Also,
Yep.
pre-submission of the app to the store.
Yeah. So I have like the prompt to upgrade subscription after you enter the dashboard
Mhm.
and set up the home tab. I think those are the only two we need before the release.
What about the OpenAI key? Because I installed it in my HOA Slack, and I still get invalid key.
Do we want that? Do you mean verify the?
Not verifying, but default to our key.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. If the
Uh,
user doesn't have to worry about a key, great. If they do care about their data going to their own OpenAI thing, they can provide that key.
but yeah,
So
I
I
thought
can
I
show
already
you.
done that.
I can just show you a quick demo. Uh, let's see here. How do I hide? Okay. Here's what I see. Share screen.
In data. Oh yeah, I'm using always the Teams OpenAI key.
So let's try to look at performance and the response I get here. So hello, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so on and so forth. I'm not there, so I got thinking. And then it thinks and it thinks. So this was fast before. We never had this problem before. So what did
Yeah,
we introduce?
just API codes. Let me show you. Let me share my screen. Share screen.
Hold on. So let me just finish this demo.
Yeah.
After it's done thinking, it'll say this.
Yeah.
And so in this thing, probably want to change this to say, please reach out to the name of the owner of the account, like their username.
Yeah, but we are going to use like our own key if so I need to change everything. So if they don't have a key, we need to use our own
Yeah,
unless they have a free subscription and they have reached
yeah,
the quota limit. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so here, yeah. So eventually it complains about this also. So, all right, let me stop sharing.
Uh, uh, share this
Played
one.
some basketball this
So
morning.
oh yeah?
Yeah, there's Westmont College. They have runs 6 a.m. in the morning, some good players, and I need to just get my shit together, man. I just need to get my shit together. Like better, these are better players than I play with on my Saturdays. But usually I come out there and I practice a little bit to build up confidence, right? And then here I showed up late because I didn't know the right gate to enter from. So just went out there cold and I sucked it up a little bit. Next time I'm gonna get there a little bit early, and that confidence is a big thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
If I'm
once you lost confidence, it's really hard to
that voice in your head, and
regain.
then
Yeah.
I forget to think about breathing, and I just I threw up
Yeah,
like
once you miss a few shots, it's even harder after.
because you have self doubt. So
Yeah.
that's and then I'm just like, man, just stop playing, just leave the fucking court, bro. Just call it in. You're out of shape. Why are you doing this? But I did make, I had two buckets. One where I drove on. I had like really good. I have this one move that I have where I'm backing them down, and then like a pump fake, like a fadeaway pump fake, and they jump for it because they don't know my moves. Then I undercut them and then go for a layup, and then I blew like I had three chances where I jump in far away, and I had an open layup, and I just blow it. So and after that, you're just like, fan, fuck, what am I doing with my life? I only full screen this. All right, I see it.
So if you see here, I don't know, let's get some requests.
Fucking 0.4 millisecond
Yeah.
response time, huh?
So, and I don't know, check this. Increment the request here is 0.0.2, and here our bot says it took 11 seconds.
Function increment request count. Okay, can you show me that that method?
Yeah, this is the one that calls this. It's the one that we changed the other day. Increment. This one.
Okay, so you are calling.
It's not only this request, so I don't know. Let me see. Sometimes even the call to OpenAI takes a lot. It's not this one.
One
It's
thing that
here.
you can.
Here,
This is
run
like a fucking.
completion.
This would be a hack, but the increment count. What do you get back from it?
Nothing.
Just like 200. You can make that async.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Right? Just
Yeah, I
fire
thought about that, but that won't solve the issue.
That's not solving it. That's just a hack, right? You have
Yeah.
a 10-second request that's sitting out there doing nothing for 10 seconds
Yeah.
to actually figure out what the root problem is. We've been running
So the run completion is also like 15 seconds, and this all it does is call the OpenAI API.
You put a timer on that?
Yeah, it's right there, and it took like 16 seconds. But I'm sure it's not that it's OpenAI's fault. It's I don't know.
What if you do that by hand? Can you do a quick call? Can you do a quick call via hand and see how?
Yeah, I have it running on my local, and it's not that slow. So messages, hey.
1,000, 2 1,000. Okay, so thinking 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4. Yeah, that's what it should be doing, right?
Yeah, and you see here, this is fast. And you see here, and this is only taking, I don't know, 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Well, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay.
networking, huh?
Yeah.
So what do they call security groups in GCP?
Mm, mm, I had something open here. We have this VPC access. We have this connector. But yeah, it doesn't have any logs or anything.
It's a micro instance. So this is an instance that's routing traffic.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right.
I don't
Let
know.
me.
Alice.
I'm gonna have us go in the broadcast, but we'll keep debugging. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye bye.